God for the transforming power of faith. Nature forms us. Sin deforms us. Let me give you the best definition of sin that I know of. It's coming short of the glory of God. You know what sin is? It's just everything in us that's not like God. And there's a lot of it, isn't there? There's a lot of it. I mean, don't go strutting your stuff, folks. We have all sinned and come short of the glory of God. Now, don't you stretch yourself out in the gutter alongside some old hypocrite and say, I'm longer than he is. So what? There is no promise too hard for God to keep. Do you believe that? Say amen. There's no promise that is too hard for God to keep. There are 30,000 promises in the Word of God, and every one of them are yea and amen in the Lord Jesus Christ. And not one jot nor one tittle shall fail from the law till all be fulfilled.
Unapoanzia kituo kinachokukuza kiroho, kuinua moyo na kuimarisha imani yako katika Yesu Kristo, jawabu tosha ni hapa Imani TV. Imani TV tunaamini katika nguvu ya imani kubadilisha maisha. Dhamira yetu ni kuboresha, kuinua na kuongoza katika safari ya kiroho kwa maudhui ya mafundisho ya Kikristo. Imani TV ni nyumbani kwa vipindi vya kukuza moyo wako, kutoka kwa tamthilia zenye kukuza moyo hadi mahubiri ya kukufikirisha. Pia tunakupakulia ladha tofauti kwa makini kwa minajili ya kukuza imani yako na maisha ya familia. Imani TV ni kituo kinachopatikana kwa urahisi kwa yeyote yule. Time kwa channel 117, hapo ndipo safari yako ya imani inaanzia na Imani TV. Na kwa wale kutoka eneo la makeza ya reli yako kuelekea, na ukiwa upo mjini reli yako kuelekea Skapsoya, kwa baraka kutoka kwa matangazo yetu ya kipekee. Hiki ni kituo bora zaidi, pia ni nyumbani pa jamii ya waamini, watafutaji na wanaoota ndoto, pamoja na kuimarisha imani katika Yesu Kristo. Imani TV utaimarishwa imani na kufanya uyaenzi maisha. Tumia fursa kujifunza na kufarijika. Ili kupata habari zaidi, piga simu 0747800588. Twende pamoja katika kukua kwa imani. Imani TV, tunajenga imani yako ndani yake Yesu Kristo.
Welcome to Imani Guest Houses, your perfect home away from home. Our spacious guest rooms are designed to provide you with ultimate comfort and relaxation, complete with hot showers and free Wi-Fi. Enjoy mouth-watering meals served in our charming dining area with friendly staff at your service. Rest assured that your vehicle is safe and secure with our ample on-site parking space. Unwind in the serene outdoor terrace while enjoying the scenic surrounding, and our friendly staff is always on hand to ensure your stay is nothing short of amazing. Located along Webuye Kitale Road opposite St. Joseph's Boys High School and 1 kilometer from the Kitale Airstrip, it is uniquely located at Imani Radio Ministry Campus near the Airstrip and Highway. Contact us us on 96035561 or 0713093354. Book your stay at Imani Guest Houses today and experience the ultimate comfort and relaxation in this beautiful region. Well, a very good morning to you. Happy Wednesday wherever you are. I hope you had a fantastic night. This is The Sunrise. My name is JEDIDAH CHEPKOSGEI, and we will begin with our news review, the top stories today. Now, President William Ruto has conveyed his contentment regarding the United Nations Security Council's endorsement of the deployment of international security forces to Haiti. He remarked that this development holds immense significance for Haiti, a country that has confronted oppression and colonial constraints akin to Kenya's history. Additionally, the president has reasserted the government's unwavering dedication to guaranteeing the success of the mission involving the dispatch of Kenyan security officers to Haiti.
We express our determination that this mission will provide a different footprint in the history of international interventions in Haiti and emphasize that it is aimed solely at providing an appropriate environment for the leadership of both the political and civil society sectors to usher in stability, development, and democratic governance through a political framework owned and driven by the people of Haiti. The resolution marks an important moment in the history of global multilateralism as we engage in international collective action that places human security and dignity at the same level as state security and sovereignty, and enables the nations of the world to discharge a collective moral duty of securing justice and security.
Elsewhere, Chief Justice Martha Koome has urged the justice sector and stakeholders across Africa to collaborate and eradicate transnational organized crimes. Speaking during the opening of the Africa Regional Dialogue on Adjudication Transnational Organized Crimes and Illicit Financial Flows in Mombasa, Koome said they had come up with two courses of action to fight the challenges. These crimes include human trafficking, illegal arms dealing, narcotics trade, wildlife poaching and trafficking, and counterfeiting. The Chief Justice noted that the judicial members will deliberate on challenges which have not only confronted judicial systems but also the economic and political stability of nations.
National organized crimes and illicit financial flows are not just legal issues. They are deep-seated threat to our social fabric, like other speakers have said. They are a threat to our economies, and they are a threat to our governance structures. They threaten our shared vision of a prosperous, secure, and peaceful Africa. From Cape Town to Cairo, to Dakar, to Mogadishu, we have witnessed how transnational crimes disrupt our societies. We have witnessed human trafficking. We have witnessed narcotic trade, illegal arms dealing. We have witnessed cybercrime, wildlife poaching, counterfeiting, and the alarming growth of illicit financial flows that have cast a shadow of darkness over our development aspirations. Even more concerning is the fact that most vulnerable of our societies are the ones who bear the brunt of these crimes. From children ensnared in human trafficking to communities wrecked by drug epidemics, indeed, the human costs of this endemic problem cannot be calculated.
Now, Kenya and Burundi are working towards a partnership that will see their citizens tap into available opportunities for economic growth and business empowerment between the two East African countries. In the meeting with President Ndayishimiye, the two leaders held talks to strengthen the bilateral ties between the two countries. The Prime Cabinet Secretary also held discussions on strengthening the East African Community Cooperation. This will also spur Kenya's effort to position itself as the business and economic hub of the region. Now, the National Dialogue Committee has concluded the process of receiving all submissions from the members of the public, with a record 20 groups presenting. That was yesterday. The Parliamentary Caucus on additional counties also made their case before the committee. The Kenya Kwanza Alliance and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition will be concluding their activities. They concluded their activities yesterday. The Ethic and Anti-Corruption Commission, through its chairperson David Oginde, also presented their suggestions on fighting corruption without weaponizing the anti-corruption body.
Are withdrawn or dropped, and this is because of the kind of work that is done. The apparent appearance of weaponization. If I take a case on point, like the recent case which I think has been referred to here, of one of the governors who was summoned to EACC offices for former governor rather, in EACC for probing and investigation and interrogation. The party to which this former governor belongs came out in full force, alleging that this was politicization and weaponization of EACC. You'll find that our mandate, unlike what Honorable Mgeni raised in other jurisdictions, we are supposed to respond to all kinds of corruption cases and bribery cases. We receive thousands of reports from Kenyans who have witnessed incidences. This can range from a person, I have given this example before, immediately arrived in office, somebody sent an email because a chief had demanded 200 shillings from them, and they wanted EACC to act quickly. 2 weeks later, before we didn't reply, they sent a reminder. We have not seen any action taken on this chief who has taken 200 shillings. Now, 200 shillings for us is very small, but for this person to write, it is a very significant amount of money for them. On the other hand, we are dealing with cases where people have embezzled 8 billion shillings, some 50 billion shillings. So this is the scope that we have. It therefore requires that we focus, and we have focused our attention on high impact cases and on high impact individuals. That's why sometimes you do not see the quick responses to some of the incidences as we would expect from us as an office. But our mandate is very broad and very
Now, the government will establish Huduma centers across all the counties to ensure that there is ease of access to government services. Gender and Public Service Cabinet Secretary Aisha Juma says through the program, Kenyans have the challenges accessing the technology will receive proper assistance. Speaking during the official launch of the program, Juma said the Huduma Kenya program under her ministry has positioned itself as a bridge to take the government digitalized services to the people through its platforms.
Are withdrawn or dropped, and this is because of the kind of work that is done. The apparent
Matarajio yangu ni kuleta huduma za umma karibu zaidi na mwananchi iwezekanavyo, haswa wale walio na changamoto za kiteknolojia na wanaoishi na ulemavu, kwa kuanzisha vituo vya huduma za serikali katika kila eneo bunge nchini. Huduma centers, huduma mashinani programs, our contact centers and the telecounseling centers will continue to act as the
Now, Kenya's second largest referral hospital, that is the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, has procured a 2.5 million golf mini cart used to ferry critically ill patients from one point to another within the hospital. The management has hailed the electric vehicle as a game changer that ensures patients are handled comfortably. Nurses who complained of backache from wheeling patients manually are now revealed.
Fanya kazi imekuwa rahisi, and then imefanya pia time wastage is not there. Yani unafika mahali penye nitakana ufike kwa haraka, and then unajua ukisukuma wheelchair ama hiyo stretcher, usito wa mgonjwa na stretcher iko mikononi mwako.
And therefore on average it's about 20 to 30 patients that are moved in a day. The good thing about it, it is environmentally clean. It is actually using a battery that is rechargeable using electricity. So we are also in keeping with the climate change action and climate change programs of the government of Kenya and the African Union. This golf cart can move rapidly in terms of rapid patient transportation from one point to the other. Like a patient who has an urgent investigation to be carried out, a patient who is being attended to at the emergency department and needs an X-ray, needs a CT scan or an MRI or some laboratory investigations, we are able to move that patient alongside the caretaker and the patient attendant using the golf cart in a few minutes from the emergency department or ambulatory department to the radiology department.
And also when you are driving it and you have a patient on it, it is very comfortable, it is very soft. It doesn't make any sound, it doesn't, it is not like a vehicle where you start the engine and then it starts, making that noise. This one is just quiet.
Nilileta, sikusikia kelele yote. Unakuja tu sasa umelala kwa kitanda. Usikii chochote. Naenda tu sawa sawa. Sijasikia mahali popote wamenikwangesha.
Is a welcome venture and very innovative way of wheeling our patients back to the wards. We do appreciate management for bringing this on board, because now our nurses do not have to push patients to the ward. This mechanized ambulance will make things easier for the nurse.
Now, a section of parents has stormed the principal office in Iregi demanding to know the status of their children. The school has not yet made any official communication regarding the ailment that has affected over 50 girls. Over 50 students from St. Teresa Iregi Girls High School were taken to various hospitals in Kakamega on Monday over a yet-to-be-established ailment. Some of the students who spoke said they are unable to stand due to the weak joints, even though they feel no pain.
From 6. Yes. From 6. That is too bad. That's too bad. Yes. In fact, that principal angekuwa na brain, angetengeneza hapo tent. To attend the parents. We are the ones paying money. We don't want that nonsense.
Itakuwaje mwalimu anakata simu, achukui simu na kujua hali ya watoto?
Principal's office iko hapo. Yes, tuonyeshe bwana. Nonsense.
She's principal because we are brought our children.
Our children here.
Thank you.
You want to talk with the principal? Yes, we need to talk with the principal. Where is the principal? Amtaka kutuzungumzia?
The principal's office is here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Simtuambie.
We're not in charge of the principal. The door is open.
Session is there.
Unajua ni watu wanakuja kukaa hapa the game.
Mambo waziri. How are you?
Here is the office.
Hebu ingia. This one open with the print.
Now, a motorcyclist who defiled a minor after offering her a lift in Game Yala Sub-County has been jailed for 40 years by a Siaya court. Maurice Obondo, alias Japolo, was found guilty of committing the offense on February 20th, 2022 in the Sirembe North Game location. According to the prosecution, the accused, who was riding a motorcycle on that day, met the 9-year-old minor who was heading to the market and offered her a lift as he was heading in the same direction. The prosecution told the court that on reaching Sirembe Market, Obondo did not stop but instead sped off.
Produced in court, the court finds as follows. In the version of this case, the age of the minor was not in dispute. The minor who was the complainant in this matter was 89 years at the time of the offense. As the birth certificate was produced as exhibit before the court. From the medical examination, the doctor reached a conclusion that the PWN was defiled, and the net effect is that I return a verdict of guilt on your part. In the end, I accordingly return a verdict of guilt, and the case is accordingly convicted of the main charge as per provisions of section 215 of the CPC. So that is it. I think I've made my copy of the judgment is here. Prosecution, you get a copy. You'll also be given a copy. So in short, I think there are two. I think prosecution, there are two issues, three issues. One is the age of the minor, and the examination and identification. So I think the accused person was identified by the minor. Medical examination corroborated that she was defiled. And identification of the accused person was not in dispute. The offense happened in the broad daylight. So, Maurice, you are convicted of defilement as charged on the main charge. Sawa sawa, umeelewa? Yes. So, shtaka la pili ya illicit act, you are acquitted with that. There was no evidence was led to support the charge of the alternative charge.
Now, still on matters, Samson Irugu, the Regional Commissioner of Western Kenya, has issued a stern caution to local chiefs and their deputies, reprimanding them against attempting to mediate cases of child rape within their respective communities. During his address at the inauguration of the Kambogi police station in Vihiga County, Irungu made it clear that individuals engaged in such actions would face severe repercussions. Other dignitaries present at the event also underscored the urgency of enhancing security measures in the region. Notably, the construction of the police station with a budget of 22 million shillings was financially supported by the office of Charles Kimose, the Member of Parliament for Hamisi.
Wale watu wanaharibu watoto wetu, wale wazazi ambao wanageukia watoto wao, wale wamama wanaharibu watoto wetu wa kiume, wale wa kike. Hivyo tafadhali, wacha tulinde, hao ndio kesho yetu. Wacha tuhakikishe kwamba yule mhalifu amefikishwa pahali yake. Tumejenga police station hapa, lakini najua pia jela iko. Wacha hao watu tupeleke pande ile nyingine.
Na mimi nawasihi tuendelee na mna hiyo, wacha tuachane na hii pombe, because pombe wale wanatumia zaidi ni vijana yetu, wale wako na nguvu ya kufanya kazi. Hii yetu ndio economy yetu iweze kuendelea mbele, inahitaji hawa vijana wako na nguvu ndio tuendelee kufanya kazi zetu zote. Si kweli?
Kuna wakati wale walinzi wa shule wamevamiwa, ikaonekana ya kwamba wameweza kutolewa uhai, lakini kwa sababu hii police station imeweza kujengwa maeneo haya, naamini visa kama hivyo vya
Now, cases of children being abandoned in the border in Busia County are increasing as the children under the age of 18 are denied their basic rights. Statistics from the Busia Children's Department indicate that the number of such cases has reached 58%, while most of the parents who neglect the basic needs of their children are between the ages of 15 and 25.
One of the biggest challenges that we have in Busia is neglect. As it is clearly seen from the Child Protection Information Management System, neglect takes up 58% of the cases that are reported to our office. And it's really a worrying trend, because when you look at the number of children who are neglected, are children who are at a very tender age. And when you are looking at nurturing care, we are seeing that most of those children are neglected between the age of 0 to 5. And we are looking at how parents are taking care and protecting their children from abuse, looking at the safety and security of children. Those parents who are neglecting these children, parents start being parents at early stage when they do not know what are the basic needs and how to provide these basic needs.
And you'll find that as per the Kenya Demographic Health Survey that was released last year, stunting levels of Busia County stands at 15%, underweight is at 6.3, and you find that wasting is at 2.8. Therefore, you find that we still have a long way to go when it comes to nurturing care, whereby our children are still malnourished, and therefore still have a long way to go to feed their children. As per the SMART survey that was done, you'll find that only 32% of our children eat at least foods from 4 groups and above. But 68% eat less than the recommended 4 groups. And that already shows us that our diets are not adequate. They don't meet the minimum adequacy that is required to make a child grow well. And therefore, it's very, very important that we continue educating our community, educating everybody, and also working together with the media.
The goal of our project is to ensure improved development outcomes for children 0 to 3 years. Because in terms of research that was done by WHO, that told us that for best outcome of children, best interventions provide these children to grow up healthy for the first one.
Well, that last story at least marks the end of our top stories today. Make sure you stay tuned. In a short while, we will be taking a look at the stories that have made it to the top page of our various publications. Don't go too far.
Why are you not sleeping at night? I concluded a long time ago in my Christian walk that the scripture says God never sleeps nor slumbers. And since he don't sleep, ain't no need of me staying up all night. Somebody look at your neighbor and say, I'm gonna go ahead to bed and see how God gonna work it out. He might have it all fixed by the time I get up in the morning. I can't change it. I can't fix it. I can't turn it around. But the God that I serve sure can.
Welcome to Imani Digital Learning Center, where endless possibilities await. Are you a student with a passion for journalism and media studies? Look no further. At IDLC School of Journalism and Media Studies, we provide a dynamic and immersive learning experience. From cutting-edge technology to hands-on projects, you'll develop the skills and knowledge to thrive in the ever-evolving world of media. Dream of a career in the captivating world of tourism and hospitality management? Our School of Tourism and Hospitality Management at IDLC offers a getaway to exciting opportunities. With industry-driven curriculum and expert faculty, you'll gain the expertise and confidence needed to excel in this thriving field. Seeking a deeper understanding of theology and divinity? At IDLC School of Theology and Divinity, we provide a nurturing environment for spiritual growth and intellectual exploration. Our dedicated faculty and thought-provoking courses will guide you on a transformative journey. At Imani Digital Learning Center, we believe in hands-on education through internships, industry partnerships, and state-of-the-art facilities. You'll gain real-world experience that sets you apart. Our supportive community and vibrant campus life ensures a well-rounded education. Join us at Imani Digital Learning Center and unlock your potential. Discover your passion, chase your dreams, and shape a brighter future. The journey begins at IDLC. Contact us today to embark on your educational adventure at Imani Digital Learning Center. Together, let's create a path to success. You can find us nestled in the heart of Kitale at our convenient location within Imani Radio, just across from St. Joseph's Boys High School. To get in touch with us, simply reach to us at 0741 978 177, 0741 978 177, or 0742 951 379. And now welcome back. Of course, we are taking a look at the top stories that have made it to the first page of our publications, and we begin with the Standard. The top story here is Ruto-Raila clash of ideas at dialogue meeting. Different strokes. Azimio and Kenya Kwanza yesterday differed on Kenya's future and how to resolve electoral issues. When they submitted their views to the National Dialogue Committee, government side wants nothing to do with the audit of last year's election, whereas the opposition still insists it won and as needed. Of course, the full coverage you can find in
page 6 of the Standard newspaper. And another news, we have a special report on peace mission or West setup case of Haiti. The UN has given a nod to the mission to be led by Kenyans, but critics wonder how it will be done where many have failed. However, the president says no retreat, no surrender. Of course, you can find the full coverage in page 4. And also we have a story about Nyamira boss survives MCA ouster. Nyamira governor problem eased after MCAs could not marshal enough votes to get him impeached. Only 16 votes voted to remove Amos Nyamba, while 18 defended him. Of course, you can find the full story in page 36. Today we also have the story about turning point for Catholic Church. A crucial meeting in Vatican is supposed to give direction on myriad issues facing the church, and of course you can find it in page 2. And the pullout today from the Standard, we have Matters Enterprise. There's interesting stories for you there as well. And on Matters Sports, Newcastle's big moment in Europe. Those are the stories from the Standard newspaper. Moving forward, we have the People Daily, and the top story from the People Daily this morning is the Kenya we want. This is Matters National Dialogue. Key political protagonists and civil society propose constitutional and administrative reforms that could radically alter the country's governance structure. And of course, the full story is in page 4 and 5. And of course, these are the statements made by Azimio la Umoja Muridhi. He says, we are in debt distress, debt default is looming, and the country is on the wrong trajectory. And the statement or the response we have from Kenya Kwanza's Malala is Parliament should enact legislation for establishment of the office of Leader of Opposition. And of course, we have some of the things that have been highlighted there and broken down from Azimio la Umoja. They say the last presidential election must be audited, IEBC servers open. Then there's political parties must be involved in hiring polls agency. And also we have the story about Jubilee remaining an Azimio party, poaching of MPs from opposition coalition, illegal violation of party discipline. And then reviews from NCCK is review Finance Act 2023 to reduce the tax burden imposed on the ordinary people. They also want executive and parliament to stop disregarding court orders and desist from disparaging the judiciary. And then we also have urgently appoint IEBC to avert constitutional crisis. And then from Kenya Kwanza, we have entrenched the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, establish ward development funds to empower members of county assembly, and pass legislation to regulate the right to demonstrations and picketing to bar political leaders from violent protests. And of course, these are still on matters, the bilateral talks that are going on, the bipartisan talks, sorry, that are taking place in the country at the moment. And on matters of security, the international security, Ruto big gamble on Haiti. You can find the story in page 2, and he's very confident that the team he has is really able to do the task that is required of them. And of course, we also have another story about the country's long wait for El Nino triggers anxiety. And of course, the full coverage is in page 6 and 7 of the People Daily this morning. Now, moving forward, we have the Star publication, and the top story here is secret agents to spy on state officials' accounts. Tough new rules meant to curb money laundering and terrorism financing. It's such an interesting move there to curb the corruption in the country. You can find the full story in page 4 and 5. And then another interesting story there is 40 families left homeless after heavy winds destroy houses. And this is in Busia County on Monday. Such sad situation taking place. I guess these are some of those things that are side effects or things that are expected considering the El Nino, as much as El Nino is concerned. Now, moving forward, we have the story about Paul Wrangle's Ruto-Raila teams clash over audit of 2022 election. President William Ruto and opposition chief Raila Odinga's camps yesterday clashed over the audit of the 2022 presidential election, with the ruling coalition calling for planners of demos banners from elections. Appearing separately before the National Dialogue Committee at Bomas of Kenya, the two sides hit at each other over the 2022 presidential election results that saw William Ruto declared winner with 200,000 votes. Of course, the full story is in page 6 of the Star newspaper. And we also have the story about 76% efficacy Kenya to get newly approved malaria vaccine in 2024. The newly approved malaria vaccine, which was tested in Kilifi, could be available to Kenyan children next year. The R21 vaccine received critical recommendation by the World Health Organization on Monday evening. The WHO said it prevents 76% of all malarial cases in young children, and efficacy sustained over 2 years with booster shots. And of course, the story is in page 2 of the Star newspaper. And we also have the story about 586,000 posts up for grabs as Ruto party gears up for grassroots polls. And of course, this is expected to happen in December. And we move forward to our next publication. And of course, our next publication this morning is I think we have gone through the various ones that we have. We have the Daily Nation, and the top story from the Daily Nation is Ruto reverses Uhuru's 6 billion shillings telecom buyout, and questioned the Kenya Kwanza government yesterday overturned a decision by Uhuru Kenyatta administration to purchase a 60% stake in Telecom Kenya just days to the 2022 general election. They directed UK private investment fund Helios and its Kenyan affiliate Jamhuri Holdings to refund the money paid for the acquisition. And of course, the story, you can see them in page 7. And the top story, of course, again here is Kenya Kwanza Azimio clash over IEBC poll audit. President William Ruto and opposition leader Raila Odinga have once again clashed over the reconstitution of the electoral agency and demand for an audit of last year's presidential election results, while Odinga's team insists on forensic audit to establish the truth about the 2022 general election polls. The president's side said the Supreme Court ruling was final, and of course you can see it in page 4. And also we have the story about how Nyaribo survived ouster. Nyamira Governor Amos Nyaribo yesterday survived an impeachment motion after it failed to garner support from at least 2/3 of the members of the county assembly, and Mr. Nyaribo's move to whip members of his United Progressive Alliance party to vote against the impeachment motion appeared to have worked in his favor. And of course, you can find the full coverage in page 5. And on matters controversy, Ntalami sues Mnet TV series for damaging her reputation. Social media influencers say producers of the show included her in 3 episodes without her consent. And of course, you can find the story in page 3. And pullout for parents today, we have the parents pullout from Daily Nation, and the top story there is how safe are your children's toys. And of course, when you get to the publication, you will find the full coverage there. In other news, panic as 95 Iregi Girl students are taken ill. Mysterious disease breakout at school. And of course, we've seen parents storming in, asking questions, and they have not yet received any answers yet. And on Matters Sports, cricket's YouTube girl, Quinta dreams big. You can find it in page 37 of the Daily Nation. Well, that is all the publications that we had for you this morning. And we are sure that we will be updating you from our website on the developments of these stories and so much more that is yet to come. And therefore, we are taking a short break. We will be right back. Don't go too far.
Welcome as we go to science. For deaf people out there, I'm requesting you to join this program.
huyu Yesu. Usikate tamaa, usilie ndugu. Usikate tamaa, usilie dada. Amebadilisha maneno huyu Yesu. Amebadilisha maneno huyu Yesu.
Now, welcome back. Of course, as today being Wednesday, we have a lot of interesting stuff for you as far as art and culture is concerned. And before we get right into that, let's have a look at our proverb of the day. And the proverb is, however far the stream flows, it never forgets its sources. Of course, this proverb emphasizes the importance of remembering one's root and origin. It teaches us to stay connected to our heritage, culture, and the people who have supported and influenced us throughout our lives. No matter how successful or far we may go in life, it is essential to acknowledge and appreciate our beginnings and the people who have contributed to our journey. And of course, you should be meditating on that this particular day. We are taking a short break. We will be right back. Don't go too far.
Unapowazia kituo kinachokukuza kiroho, kuinua moyo na kuimarisha imani yako katika Yesu Kristo, jawabu tosha ni hapa Imani TV. Imani TV tunaamini katika nguvu ya imani kubadilisha maisha. Dhamira yetu ni kuboresha, kuinua na kuongoza katika safari ya kiroho. Kwa maudhui ya mafundisho ya Kristo, Imani TV ni nyumbani kwa vipindi vya kuuguza moyo wako. Kutoka kwa tamthilia zenye kukuza moyo hadi mahubiri ya kukufikirisha. Pia tunakupakulia ladha tofauti tofauti kwa makini kwa minajili ya kukuza imani yako na maisha ya familia. Imani TV ni kituo kinachopatikana kwa urahisi kwa yeyote. Inapatikana kwa StarTime kwa channel 117. Hapo ndipo safari yako ya imani inaanzia na Imani TV. Na kwa wale kutoka eneo la magharibi yako kuelekea Webuye ni Eldoret, elekeza Eriolia sehemu za Kapsoya kutoka kwa matangazo yetu ya kipekee. Hiki ni kituo bora zaidi, pia ni nyumbani pa jamii ya waamini, watafutaji na wanaoota ndoto, pamoja na kuimarisha imani katika Yesu Kristo. Imani TV utaimarishwa imani na kufanya uyaenzi maisha. Tumia fursa kujifunza na kufarijika. Ili kupata habari zaidi, piga simu 0746-588. Tuende pamoja katika kukua. Imani TV, tunajenga imani yako ndani yake Yesu Kristo.
Now, we do not have a complete art and culture without focusing on an artist who is making influence in the Kenyan gospel industry. And of course, our guest or someone that we are reviewing today is Evelyn Wanjiru Agudambweni. She was born on 6th May 1990, and she is a Kenyan gospel singer, worship leader, music director, songwriter, hostess of annual event, which is a Praise Atmosphere, and co-founder of Bweni Eva production. She is best known for her hit song Mungu Mkuu, Celebrate, Jehovah Elohim, Waweza, Hosana, Nikufahamu, and Tulia. Evelyn Wanjiru started her music career at the age of 9 years. As a child, she sang in a local church and school music festivals. She is the fourth born of Helen Muhunja and Crispin Kinyua in the family of 5. Born in Nairobi, She was brought up in Nakuru, Kenya, Freehold Estate, where she attended St. Mary Girls Primary and Langa Secondary School. In her early education, she was deeply involved in drama and the school choir, presaging her later success. She later joined Tia's group, Nakuru, for a course in music before further benefiting from the government of Kenya at the 2010 Talent Academy at Kabarak University, Nakuru. After early success in school and church festivals, commercial success came her way when music producer Agudabweni Akweyu, who of course is now the husband, noted her talent. Together they started Bweni Eve Production, a music recording studio. She recorded her first album, which was dubbed Mazingira, which was later rebranded as Waweza. This album resulted in increased public awareness and accolades, most notably for her songs Waweza and Hosanna. Waweza was nominated as Worship Song and Wanjiru as New Artist of the Year for the 2012 Groove Awards. And of course, the song Mazingira was also selected as the theme song of the Kenyan government's campaign to reclaim Mau Forest in 2010. During the launch of this reforestation project in Eastern Mau, the incumbent Prime Minister of Kenya was notably impressed by the song, appointing Wanjiru as the official music ambassador for Mau Forest. Under the auspice of this appointment, Wanjiru began the Mazingira Bora, Afya Bora campaign for the promotion of good health, a healthy environment. The title song of her second album, Mungu Mkuu, won the 2015 Groove Awards Album of the Year. The hit song Mungu Mkuu saw Evelyn rise to a higher level of musical stardom. Since then, she has been consistently releasing songs that are well received across nations. From her third album titled Matendo, the song Tulia, a collaboration with Vicky Gitonga, won 2016 Groove Awards Collaboration of the Year, and Nikufahamu from the same album was nominated for a Frima in the category Inspiration African Female Artist of the Year 2016. And of course, she won the 2016 Extreme Awards Worship Song of the Year. The Sauti Awards USA 2016 nominated her for East Africa Female Artist of the Year. And in 2017, Evelyn had 2 Groove Awards nominations, Female Artist and Matendo as Album of the Year. She was also nominated for Sauti Awards USA 2017 Female Artist of the Year and Video of the Year, that is for the song Matendo. And in 2021, of course, Evelyn released her 5th album, Mwanga, which is Swahili for Light. The Mwanga album was produced live with the audience present by her own record label, Bweni Eve, on August 30th, 2021 at the CUEALRC Auditorium in which consists of 12 audiovisual songs. Mwanga album was released on 24th of November exclusively on Boomplay app. Evelyn has toured different countries like the United States of America, where she has performed in over 10 different states: South Africa, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, South Sudan, and Uganda. She has shared the same platform in ministry along renowned singers like Tasha Cobbs, Leonard, Shanla Moore, Sinach, Mary, and many more. And she has also done a collaboration titled Sawa with Zimbabwean gospel musician Tembelami, the song that is doing very well with a lot of airplay. Also, they collaborated with Mhululi Bembe on his live DVD recording that was done in Johannesburg, South Africa. The medley Hakuna Mungu Kama Wewe and in Ghana collaborated with the gospel singer Celestine Donko. And on April 7th, 2012, she got into a marriage union with producer Agudambweni Akweyu at Buruburu Baptist Church, Nairobi, where her late father-in-law, Reverend Kenneth Akweyu, who served as a senior pastor. Evelyn and her husband Agudambweni stayed in marriage, trying to conceive. On the 10th year, they were able to conceive their first son, who is Mshindi Akweyu Agudambweni, who was born on April 2022, and of course it was such a testament that she even released a Thanksgiving song for that, because of the testimony that she encountered there. And of course, apart from her ministering through the various platforms and using her songs as a way of, you know, spreading the gospel and also encouraging people, as well as, you know, running this campaigns to help maintain the environment. She also runs a fashion house named Bonnie Eve Clothline, and of course she also has a membership program that has raised more aspiring musicians together with her husband, producer Agudaboni Akweyu. They run Bonnie Eve Production and other businesses. Of course, that is some of the things that she does aside from the ministry work. And one interesting thing about her is she would show up anywhere and of course do the ministry, serve, and it has always been a blessing and life impacting for everyone who has interacted with her. And of course the music are always a blessing, and she's such a talented powerful worshiper. And of course that has been our artist of the day. I hope you have learned so much about this amazing person and the great things that she has done to be where she is, and as she keeps on ministering, it is a blessing to each and every person that listens, of course, to the music and also the word that she shares. And of course that is how we wind up today's show. I hope you have had a good time. Until next time, goodbye.